two levels, if you want, on a polemic, idealistic, futuristic.
Bombs are falling, people are dying, but it's not a war. That's what the president and his lawyers said. Here now is someone who vehemently disagrees with that idea. He's been fighting to end all of America's unconstitutional wars. Ohio Democratic Congressman Dennis Kucinich. Congressman Kucinich, welcome here. You and I have long agreed on the role of Congress under the Constitution, and it's crystal clear. Congress shall declare war. It's not a responsibility for the president. It's not even in the same section of the Constitution that enumerates the president's powers. And since you've been making this argument, you've gotten some support from people like Ron Paul and some other Republican libertarians. Have you gotten support from any more Democrats?
Yes, there are many Democrats who are beginning to understand the necessity of speaking out against the president's assumption of powers that rightfully belong to Congress under the Constitution. And I think we'll continue to see more and more people speaking out.
Where will this go, Congressman Kucinich? Will you, for example, offer and debate on the floor of the House a resolution to compel the president to get the military out of Libya? Will you offer and debate on the floor of the House an amendment to the War Powers Act to make it crystal clear? You and I think it already is crystal clear, but apparently the president and his lawyers don't. Stated differently, what is the Congress going to do besides sit there like a potted plant and let presidents from George Bush and Barack Obama and even their predecessors fight whatever wars they want?
Well, you know, we need to do a number of things. Legislatively, we can move forward to attempt to cut off funds. I've proposed an amendment that would do that. We need to look at what we can do to change the War Powers Act. You know, essentially, the War Powers Act was, I think, an unconstitutional ceding of congressional power, which gave the president more authority in matters of war and peace than the founders intended. There's a discussion of legal action going on right now to see if we might have any recourse in that way.
I honestly would argue to you that there needs to be more intellectual honesty by people like you. Charlie Rangel, your colleague, who is a congressman from here in New York City, sat here and said to me, well, the reason we let the president get away with it is because we like him and we like the other things that the president does. I mean, most respectfully, that's not a basis to allow the president to start a war and to cause human death because you like him as a person or you like his domestic policy. The Congress can no longer look the other way, or this president and future presidents will claim this Libyan thing as a precedent to do it again.
You are absolutely right, Judge. And this isn't about whether you like President Obama or not. It's not whether you like Democrats or Republicans. It's about whether or not you love the Constitution of the United States. And as you stated at the beginning of this segment, the administration trying to claim this is not a war, just fix on that thought for a second. 2,000-pound bombs, dozens of them dropped. Maybe 200 Tomahawk missiles. We've got jet fighters, bombers. We've got CIA on the ground. And they're saying it's not a war. We have to challenge the type of thinking that would try to assert that to the American people. It is absolutely Orwellian. And if that's the kind of thinking that's behind this war, then Congress must reclaim the power that the founders rightfully placed in Congress to make the determination as to whether we go to war or not, because if we don't, as you say, look, they can use this kind of logic to take us anywhere.
Right.
Well, at least I did something today.
Yeah. Thank you so much.